Hi there, my name is Sydney Brothers, and I'm with Arizona State University. My research project looked at the effectiveness of differential reinforcement of alternative behavior for the purpose of decreasing elopement in a child with autism. Of course, elopement can be an extremely dangerous behavior, and in the case of this participant, it has proven to be so in the past. He has eloped in public for over 15 minutes, and because of this participant's low verbal repertoire, it is a considerable stressor for the parents. So the social significance of targeting this behavior is high. The design that I chose for this study is a reversal design. The independent variable was DRA with a component of functional communication training. The dependent variable was elopement. And the data collection method that I used was frequency. The baseline and the intervention phases were recorded by the RBTs. And for the procedure of the DRA, we introduced a token economy for the functional communication of saying leave please or leave. And this participant is very familiar with token economies, which is why I chose it. The results of the study were varied. During the first phase of baseline, the elopement frequency of the participant was very high. He had a maximum of 11 occurrences and a low of 7. This was to be expected for this learner. He does elope very often during his sessions at the clinic. The first phase of intervention, we saw a noticeable decrease, and there seemed to be a trajectory of some functional relation between the intervention and the behavior decreasing. Unfortunately, halfway through the study, the participant developed a particular interest in the swing that we have in the clinic, and he is typically at a session, he bounces from room to room to room, and except for when he's doing table time or circle time. And that was the goal, was to decrease that behavior of jumping from room to room. But because of this new interest in the swing, he really was basically on the swing the entire time, except for when he was asked to go to table time or circle time. When those were the demands placed on him, he would participate. But other than that, he was just pretty much on the swing the whole time. So we saw a pretty dramatic decrease in the elopement behavior. And this was, of course, a pretty big limitation of the study. The time of the study was limited, and I had to move on to intervention and end intervention, even though I knew that the reason for decreasing the elopement behavior had nothing to do with my intervention. So I think in the future, if I was to run a study again, I would definitely want to allow myself more time to kind of anticipate these types of situations that you're not necessarily expecting. In conclusion, I think that with a little bit more time, this intervention could potentially prove to effectively decrease elopement in this learner. He does take a little bit longer to understand and learn new contingencies. So I think with more time, it could be really effective. But for the time being, I cannot effectively say that there was any functional relation between my intervention and the dramatic decrease in elopement behavior. Thank you so much.